and we're enjoying one of the highlight spectacles each year of the International Festival, the Parade of Nations. And as we continue to watch, we want to also introduce to our set here Megan Mavity, who is with the International House here in Charlotte. And Megan, let's start with an overview of what that organization does, and it sounds like you have contact with perhaps even the majority of the international community here in Charlotte. Tell us a little bit about the scope of your work.
I would love to. So we call International House the place where Charlotte welcomes the world. And our goal is to build international understanding and to also offer direct services to immigrants and refugees. We do that through 4 different program areas. We have an immigration legal clinic, which works with people who would like to become citizens and permanent residents. We offer different cultural programs throughout the year, such as an international book club, language conversation hours in 10 different languages, and a children's world of play to help bring more attention to the different arts and crafts and cultural things that are happening in Charlotte. Our education department offers English as a second language classes to adults, and on the weekends, different story times to children. And then we also offer citizenship classes. Our 4th department is our International Visitors Program called Citizen Diplomacy. They bring international business people from around the world to experience Charlotte. So with that, we do get the wonderful chance to just really have the world coming in through our doors on a daily basis.
One of the things that we've discussed in our programming today is that here at UNC Charlotte, for instance, the fastest growing international population among our students is from India. What are the countries or the parts of the world that are sending more people here to Charlotte to become part of life here in North Carolina and the United States?
That is a great question. We have a very strong representation of Somali and Congolese who come in our doors on a daily basis. From Latin America, Cuba, Colombia, Puerto Rico, Mexico are also examples of other countries. Our Japanese Conversation Hour also brings a huge group of Japanese residents of Charlotte into our doors. In terms of Eastern Europe, we have a strong presence from the Ukraine, from Georgia, and from Russia. So I would say those are some of our main groups of people that we see walking in our doors.
This may be obvious, but people come to Charlotte from other countries primarily for work or education or both, or?
I would say a little of both, but also family. Mainly because this is a beautiful place to live, and it's somewhere that people want to raise their children. They do want to find work, they want to have an education, they want to start a life here. It's an incredible city that really does have a lot of thriving diversity, and that's another reason people come here. And we'll continue to see that diversity grow throughout the years, I hope.
What sorts of things pose challenges to you in your work and reaching out to the newly arrived international community?
I would say in terms of reaching out to the newly arrived international community, the people who are already in our doors, taking our classes, interacting with us are our best resource. Many people hear about what we do through word of mouth. In terms of challenges, I would say a language barrier, and that, for example, I speak English and Spanish, but I don't speak French, I don't speak Vietnamese. I can maybe say 2 words in Nepali, possibly, and that in one way is certainly a challenge in connecting. But you would be surprised by the things that are universal and the universal friendliness and desire to connect that really can draw people together.
Do you hear, and please be frank in your answer, anything from any groups who come here from any of the nations that you mentioned before, where they find things particularly challenging here in our region?
I would honestly say that as we are a part of the South, there is still racial and ethnic discrimination that people encounter in their work, in housing. While I wish that was not the case, but I would say people coming in and sharing stories of how they've been discriminated against by their landlord or by coworkers is something that is still a very prevalent challenge. And at least from an education department standpoint, one of the reasons that we do hope to improve people's English is so that they can better advocate for themselves, to better explain that the way they're being treated is not fair, to be able to better manage a job interview, to potentially get a better job where they're not going to be treated as inferior.
Well, and I guess I would say that as a university and as a cultural institution and an institution in this region, that I think that we in the university community sense that a big part of our mission is to enhance understanding across cultures, and I think that ties in nicely to the fact that we're here today, and we have somewhere between 20 and 30,000 people here today, gaining a better understanding and appreciation of these cultures that aren't just here to visit. These are folks from our regional community representing themselves today at UNC Charlotte.
And they are Charlotte as well, so everyone here they have roots, and I love that too. I will say as well, in terms of UNC Charlotte's interactions with International House, between 60 and 75% of our interns come from UNC Charlotte, and so it's incredible that we do have that connection between undergrad, graduate students who really want to broaden their international understanding inside the classroom and out. I know I love our UNC Charlotte interns especially, so shout out to them.
All right. Well, Megan Mavity from International House, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the rest of the festival.
Thank you. I hope you do as well.
All right, we'll go back to the floor and the rest of the Parade of Nations.
Perfect. Thank you, Stephen.